What's going on, Jerome's? So we're at an undisclosed location, of course. Whenever we do that, things tend to happen, but I honestly think that might have been the most embarrassing preseason game that I've ever seen. And I know, it's preseason, blah, 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 blah. But Mike Zimmer, throughout his tenure as Vikings head coach, has put a premium on preseason games. Like, he wants to see players compete. Doesn't matter if you're second string or third string or fourth string or going to be working at Foot Locker in a couple of days. No, you go out there and you play your heart out. And we didn't see it. We did not see any pride in the purple today, as they've just got shellacked by the Denver Broncos. And yes, you could say, why didn't Zimmer play his starters at all? There had been some talk about that. And with only 3 preseason games, that would make a lot of sense to get your starters a couple of reps, especially on offense. But they didn't do it. And then the Broncos did play their ones on both offense and defense. And then the Vikings 2s and 3s, they just got their asses handed to them. But it's tough. There aren't many winners from this game, and we watched this thing from soup to nuts, and it was really ugly. I do think that Patrick Jones II and Josh Metellus teamed up for probably the nicest play of the day. Janaris Robinson had himself some splashes. He dropped that interception, but he'll be perfectly fine. I think Kellen Mond had some nice plays, even though he looked like a deer in headlights. Oh, Zimmer fibbing again. He said that Kellen Mond wasn't going to play, and then he goes out there and plays basically half of the game. But you did see the highs and lows with number 11, and he does need more consistency. He does need a lot of polish. That's why I don't think that he's ready to be the quarterback of the future. But there weren't many winners from this game, and it really sucks because even though, yes, the Vikings played mainly their 2s and their 3s, I don't care. I don't care at all. Have some pride in your shirt, man, or don't go out there and compete. But going through the losers, Jake Browning. So I think the Jake Browning luster has rubbed off just a little bit. So it looked great at the night practice, but limitations that you see with Jake Browning's arm strength, just outside the numbers, that pick 6 to Surtain was just a dying duck. Like, that thing hung in the air for weeks. Like, it was like wildfire smog, man. Just like, that was out there, right? The interior offensive line was no good to go. Wyatt Davis struggled as well. There was a lot of plays where Jake Browning and Kellen Mond were just getting the Denver interior pass rush right in their lap right away. Special teams coverage was not good. Ryan Ficken, hey, it looked a lot like Marlon Malouf, man. Got to step things up there. And of course, Dakota Dozier is probably the biggest loser of the game. So it gives up the safety on his own, holding on Shamar Stephen, because you know what? You cannot stop Shamar Stephen. You can only hope to contain him. That's why you got to hold. Plus, he had the false start, so I don't even know why he's being trotted out there. Plus, this would have been a great spot for Oli Udoh to get some game reps in preseason. I don't get it. I understand maybe you're trying to send a message that, hey, you twos better step up. But, I mean, there's a lot of guys who are going to be starters for the Vikings that need those reps. So I don't understand it at all. Cameron Tiny Dantzler, initially when he started the game, it looked like Dantzler was the only starter out there. I don't think so. I think that the Bashaud Breeland promotion to the first team with Patrick Peterson, I think that might be legit. And Dantzler got burned on a number of routes. I don't put the 80-yard Hamler touchdown on him. I think that was much more on Cameron Bynum, the rookie from Cal, the converted cornerback. I think that he was just out to lunch, but yeah, it was rough all the way around. Drew Lock actually looked like a competent NFL quarterback, which is not a thing. Miles Dorn did not look good either. So, it's a mess. It really is a mess right now. And you could say that, sure, I mean, they're the Vikings 2s and the 3s, but no, they have to step up when they're given opportunities as well. I don't care if you're going up against starters of another National Football League team. No, you got to have some pride. You have to go out there and do something, and they didn't do it. So I think this is the perfect setup for Mike Zimmer. He has an entire week to just chew asses and get after it, and then hopefully they show a lot better against Indianapolis in the next preseason game, which is the de facto dress rehearsal. So please, I actually think that the starters will play probably nearly a full half of football, and then hopefully it's a little bit more together that time around. But whatever. I don't think I've ever been this upset after a preseason game. So I guess we'll see. But your thoughts on our thoughts, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to spread that work, pull some of them. But until next time, Skol, production value. What up?